Hello, Facebook. Oh my goodness. I hope that you guys are all super excited as I am right now because, well, I am bunkered down in the second part of the hurricane. That's right. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. So, Ian decided to cross the beautiful state of Florida, which I'm giving all of my prayers and love to all of you guys that are out there having to definitely endure this storm. And I'm sure a lot of you are without power, which that is no fun. So I'm so sorry, but yes, this is what we're doing. At the same time, Ian decided to just sweep up the coast and come right back into Charlotte, North Carolina. So yes, everybody say hi. Say hi to Ian. He's out there right now. All right. So, anyways, I have a special treat for you guys, as I always do, and it is Damon Robinson from. He's going to be my guest tonight, and if you guys don't know him, he does the Charlotte Cigar Week, and I think that he is probably one of the best Cigar Week people out there. He does a fantastic job about including everybody and getting everybody involved. So this is going to be a phenomenal show, and I actually might have a couple of other guests that are going to pop on that you guys all know who he is, and maybe who a couple of those other people are. So it's always going to be interesting when you do these shows, right? You guys realize that. I know you do. So, anyways, I hope that you guys are all as excited. H-Town, what is that? Am I missing something, Nathaniel? I feel like you know something more than I do. But yeah, so I've actually been in Charlotte for a couple of days now. I'm enjoying it. I went to the President's Cup last weekend, so unfortunately, I was not able to do the show last weekend because it was, oh, Houston. Yes, I love Houston. Howdy, Michael. What's up, Godwin? I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you, but I did survive because I haven't even been through Ian yet. He's actually coming over Charlotte right now, so we got the second half. I think that it does call seconds. So we got seconds. Ugh, who wants seconds? Nobody wants seconds. They want the real thing. No, we don't. Not when it comes to hurricanes, okay? Let's get that straight. What's up, Michael and Scott? Hey. Love it. Okay, so you guys, do me a favor right now. Go ahead and share this video with all of your friends. Send it in Messenger. Send it on your groups. Put it out there because it's going to be fabulous. Yes, everything is very well, and very well. Let's see. My company was a president. Oh, cool. What's your company? Because that was a really cool event, and I've never really been to a tournament like that. But let me tell you something. There were people out there who actually came up to me and said, first of all, they were like, "Are you that girl that is on the Fuente, or you were always on a show with Carlita Fuente?" I was like, really? Is that crazy? I was a little taken back. So that was a lot of fun to be able to be there, but also being able to share. I got some bourbon bottles that I was able to share, and also some amazing cigars that I was able to share. So thank you, Carlito. Gracie, what's up, girl? I love it. Jeff is in the house too. Love you guys. Always appreciate your support. Gracie, how have you been? It's been a little bit since I think we've spoken. I've not quite been on the Instagram thing for a while. Uh-oh. I think I might be getting in trouble. Nope, I'm not in trouble. Okay, great. I'm not in trouble. Because we all know that I know how to get in trouble, that's for sure. All right, so you're in Chicago. Yay. You're not going to have any trouble with Ian. So I love to hear that. Perfect. What's up, Ed? I like it. This is fantastic. Sending blessings, positive vibes. Absolutely. You know what? I think that being here in Charlotte was a much safer choice than being in Florida. I'm not going to lie. So I'm definitely happy about that. But I'm super stoked. So since I've been in Charlotte, I've been able to do a lot of visits through a lot of amazing lounges. So if you guys are not familiar with some of the lounges, I'll tell you about one of them. One of them that I went to last night was called Burners Cigar Lounge Company, I believe. And it is owned by Joshua Johnson, but he is a super cool friend. And yes, we all think that his last name is Burner, but it's not. It's Johnson. And at the same time, he also he had Mickey Peg from All Saints Cigars there last night, hooking it up with the cigars. Oh my goodness. You know what? I think I have to go back. I don't think I did it. Hold on. I have to ask. I bought an amazing statue last night. The statue. The statue. Yes, please. I'm sending my minions. Okay, we actually tried to go see movies today, but I have the attention span of a fly. So we watched through about, I don't know, 10 minutes of, what is it called? You're Welcome, My Darling, or Don't Worry, My Darling. I did not get that movie at all. I thought it would be really interesting, but no, it wasn't at all. So I know that you guys are all missing my co-host tonight. You will, because he is a fabulous person. So Chevalier is actually on a real date night tonight, and so he's taking the night off. I know. I was brokenhearted as well. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But the man deserves a night with his woman, or maybe she deserves a night with her man. Either one. We're going to allow that to happen. Let's burn one. All right. I totally want to burn. How's Winston? Okay, Winston is fabulous. All right. If you guys don't know, let me tell you a little bit about Winston. Winston is my dog. He is definitely made me a lot. He gave me a lot of views because he's adorable. Yes. So in recent months, I actually let my dad adopt him. So he's now living with my dad, which is a really good thing because my father is dealing with a couple of things that are really difficult. So he is a emotional support animal. So it actually works out really nicely. And I wouldn't say he's just an emotional support animal for humans, but he's an emotional support animal for other dogs as well. So, and guess what I got instead? A statue. No, that's not Bobble. It's just a statue. So, there you go. This is so awesome. I'm like loving this guy. I took him to the movies with me and everything. Ronnie, what's up? Oh my God. Shout out to the Great Lakes Smoke Show. You guys, if you don't know, that show is hilarious and super, super funny. So, love those guys. Cannot tell them I love them enough. So, hey, my guest just popped on. I'm going to wait for that thumbs up real quick, though. But yeah, so we have had a great time here. And I swear I have visited a lot of nice lounges here in Charlotte. Charlotte is awesome. There you guys go. I love it whenever you guys are loving each other. Yes, Mr. Daily Ball Talk. I know. I will do it again one day, but I got to get into a good spot. Right now, I am just not in a good spot. I'm in a good spot for me, but not really. So, Damon, you good? All right. Let's bring this man on.
What's up, Liv? What's going on? You doing
good.
Right?
I'm doing amazing. I am loving life and enjoying Charlotte. And I feel like I have you to thank for that because you definitely know how to show a good time. And I wish I could smoke a cigar, but right now at the hotel, it is not looking so hot. Outside. The power just like went down for... I'm sorry. Say that again.
I said, fortunately for me, I'm in my garage, so I'm good to go.
See? He says,
but I'll
fortunately.
Smoke enough for both of us.
Oh my God, I think I got another amazing man on here. I think I'm a lucky girl right now. I'm going to wait for that thumbs up, though. I don't know what's happening. All right, so Damon, please go ahead and introduce yourself, and then also tell everybody a little bit about what you do and how amazing you are.
Well, first of all, Mel, I want to thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for having me on your show. I certainly do appreciate it. Uh, you are meeting you in person is everything as advertised. You like this little bundle of light and energy, and you're just always just so happy-go-lucky, and it takes a lot to stress you out. And so it's like you're always just, I think everybody kind of likes that about you. Yeah, and you kind of go with the flow and stuff like this. So yeah, that's cool. So thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, to anyone who doesn't know me, I am Damon Robinson. I live in Charlotte. Um, I am a big supporter of our cigar industry. I'm a Cigar Rights of America ambassador for North Carolina.
Yes,
I
love to hear
formerly
that.
I formerly worked in a cigar shop. Upon moving to Charlotte back in 2016, I transitioned from that into being a boutique cigar rep. Then transitioned from that to being a tobacconist consultant. And now I am the creator and owner of Charlotte Cigar Week, the premier cigar week that celebrates the cigar industry and also celebrates the people who smoke cigars for the state of North Carolina.
Well, let me tell you, I had a lot of great accolades from all the people around you, and I am so sorry if my headphones are charging right now. I cannot imagine how I did not get these charged. But if Carlito is up for it, I want to bring him in for a moment and say hi.
Oh, Lord.
You good? You good? I think so. He looks amazing. He always looks amazing. I don't know why he's worried about some things. Oh, wait, let's see. There he goes. All right. No, we didn't get that happening. All right, I'm going to give him a moment again.
So what did you do all day? Just sit in the hotel because it was raining? And...
Oh, goodness, no. I went shopping. Are you kidding me?
Okay. My bad.
I got new shoes. I got new outfits. We have definitely, put a damage on the whole shenanigans on North Lake Mall. So, no.
Well, I tell you what, I'm telling you, I know where you're staying at, so I know why you went to North Lake. But I'm gonna tell you, after this little tropical storm or whatever this little weather that we have passes, you need to go down to South Park Mall.
Oh yeah, I've heard about South Park Mall.
So
that's the more expensive one, right?
I wouldn't say it's the more expensive one. I mean, it is, but that's not the way I classify it. I just classify it as that's the actual mall. North Lake Mall is not really a mall anymore. That's just a place where you can go. It has a food court, it's got a movie theater connected to it, but it's not really much for shops. If you want to do some shopping while you're in Charlotte, go down to South Park Mall, and then also you can go out to the outlets and stuff like this. But you got to go to South Park Mall.
The outlets. See, yeah. Florida is known for their outlets. We always get everything because I feel like we stay in the warm weather longer, and so we're able to obviously shop all year round whenever these guys can't sell everything. So they're just like, hey, well, hello, Carlito.
Fuente, how are you doing today, good sir?
Amen. Melanie, how you doing, folks? God, so good to see you. I hope everybody's safe and hey, hello. Don't shake it too much. Yesterday,
doesn't bobble.
I feel like yesterday I felt like my molars were loosening up. You had me shaking all over the place. Oh, see what I mean?
But the question that I have is, why do you look younger than your bobblehead?
Oh snap!
Hey,
but that's a compliment. You look younger than your bobblehead.
Man, he can brown nose you better than I can. I need to take pointers from him.
I don't have an answer for that. I guess just being across the other side of the world and everything. The pixels are not very good on these old phones and whatever, but no, definitely not. But good to see both of you. And Damon, thank you very much for supporting Cigar Rights. And I was listening, even though I'm having a very, very difficult time, it's breaking up. But yes. I assume it's because of bad weather and the internet connection. But
well, you sound amazing, so don't worry about that. You sound amazing on our side, so that's okay.
Just want to send my love. Today's September 30th. Getting ready. 1 second, please. Getting ready because next month is my month. I'm
Yes.
ready to. I'm ready to show that real men wear pink in support of women and breast cancer and everything. So I'm just getting ready for just a great month of just bringing awareness, and I'm just happy. I'm just happy. I'm happy to see Mel, and I'm happy that you joined her tonight. She's so dear to me, special friend, and it's what we're all about and everything. And it's just these special moments. Last night, I had the privilege to watch because I was not able to join, but I watched and made my comments with all the Asheville Cigar Club, and it was just like 2 hours spontaneous. It was like roller derby, just back and forth and questions and answers.
I tell you,
And it was
Damon had a big
fun.
part, and Damon was the one who actually suggested to that I actually do the show from the lounge, and actually gave me the idea to make that happen. So I appreciate
Yeah, I've been trying
that.
to take care of her since she's been out here,
Aw.
And she was gonna come by. There was a cigar event that night. She was gonna come by. She's like, I can't really stay long because I'm doing my live event tonight at 7. I'm like, why don't you just stay at the lounge and just do it in the back and close the door? So
Hey, thank
she
you,
talked
brother.
to Josh, the owner at Burners, that he set up in the back, and then she was good to go.
Thank you, my brother. She tells me how beautiful it is and what great hospitality that you've offered and everything. And it's really what it's all about. It doesn't matter what town, what city, or what state you walk into. It's one big community, and I really feel this in my heart. Whether you come visit me or I visit you, we're all one. It's just one beautiful community, one great family.
Well,
Hey, Mel, if you don't mind, I'd like to do a shameless plug real quick for some guys that I support. No, but it's not for what you think it's about. I want to shout out Hand Roll, the film about cigars. My guys out in California. It is now free on YouTube as of this past Tuesday. It will live on YouTube forever for free. So if you have not seen Hand Roll, the film about cigars, it is the quintessential cigar industry film. You need to do yourself a favor and go watch it.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. It's something done from the heart.
I've seen that.
It was filmed by a group of very passionate filmmakers from California.
Yeah, Jesse
and yes, and it was an idea. It was an idea of Pete Johnson, Pete Tatuaje Johnson, Tattoo Pete.
Oh my
and he went to all the manufacturers and just speaking about life, history, where we come from, how have we arrived where we're all at, what we mean to each other, what the industry is about. And I think it's an insight that it has not really been captured in the way that they were able to capture it. They spent a year filming everyone, and they put it together very professionally. It's something that I think that is something people will absolutely appreciate and will learn a lot by watching it.
Really. So I got turned on to those guys like during the thick of COVID, when everybody was, at home. We couldn't go to the cigar shop, so everybody was doing lives, trying to make sure we were staying connected. Right. So I was one of the same people doing that, and what I was doing was very cigar industry centric. So I found these guys, heard about the film, they agreed to be on my live, and I rented the film once, then I bought it. And since I bought it, I guarantee you I've watched it at least 20 times.
That's amazing.
And now it's free on YouTube. So I'm a big supporter of what they did and what that film means to the industry. That's why I would just like for everybody to just take a minute and just go to YouTube and search Hand Roll, that film about cigars, and just take an hour and a half and watch it.
It's an amazing film. It's well produced. It's very entertaining, but also very educational, and it's real. It's real.
Yeah.
You get to hear the heart and soul of the people who have gone through hell and back through all the years and the struggles, and they're still around. And there's so many more. There's so many other people who weren't on the film who are new or whatever. But these are a lot of the people that have been around for generations and very instrumental to get us to the point that we're at. And I was very, very proud to be included in that great film, which is history.
Okay, now I have to make my shameless plug. Okay, are you ready for this shameless plug? The Professor Show on Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you really want to know about cigars, and I'm saying up front, everything is fresh, new material. It's not even directed. This is the straight up raw material, the way that the history really is. You definitely want to follow that show. So be sure to go to www.tinyurl.com/The Professor Show if you want to find it on YouTube. Otherwise, go to facebook.com/The Professor Show. But I'm telling you, you will be so amazed. Carlito and Jeremiah Merifeld do, and actually Jeremiah does a lot of the work. Carlito just shows up to be like the most awesome person on there, but don't tell him I said that.
Actually, I think
or the professor.
The most amazing thing and most spontaneous thing about the show, which has become famous for, is that probably one of the most respected statesmen of the industry, Jose Blanco, who is the gentleman and the Mr. Perfection and Mr. Knowledge and everything.
I think he needs his own statue.
We start the show during the pandemic. We start this show. And here, my son, Jeremiah, who's like my son, he's my brother, he's my son. I saw him grow up and he's part of my life and I'm part of his. We have dedicated ourselves to busting the professor's balls. And that is unseen and unheard of. And that's become the entertainment. Everybody's like, this is the professor. And we're just busting on back and forth. You know what? That's what it's all about. It's like really like when family gets together, cousins get together, it's just one big family affair. But as Melody says, it is uncensored, it is real, and it's information from, little by little. We want to reach everybody. We want everybody to be part of that, so that we could document the history and people could go back to the archives and see what the industry was, where it came from, not yesterday, but 50 years from now, where they could look back at today and 50 years ago, and they could see this, and hopefully it will serve as some value, and it will serve as some base for people to see and at least appreciate where we all come from. Because I come from hard work of generations before me. I come from sacrifice from generations, and I respect that dearly. And I've learned from that, and I keep learning every single day. So no matter how innovative, how creative, how brilliant, however you are, it all starts somewhere. Someone had to be the first one to cut the first tree in the forest so they could build the path. And, we learn from that. And I think that it's very, very important that we document history so that somebody just don't walk in, erase it, destroy it, and create something that is totally unreal and untrue.
Well, to that point, there's I don't know who coined this, but it's very true that if you don't tell your history, someone else will.
That's what he says all the time. Yes, absolutely. You must be watching the Professor Show. Are you watching the Professor Show, Damon?
No, Damon, he's just been around for a long time. I've had so many women in my life telling my story, which is not the true story. Believe me. I've been around that long. Bro, it's not the way, I always try to be a nice guy and a gentleman. It's just sometimes, they mistake a wink for an aggressive flirt or whatever. I
don't know. No, we are not going there.
You know what?
No, not at my age, not anymore. But I was a musician. I was 18 years old. I was 20 years old. I was 22. And there was once in my life when my mustache was a lot thicker, and I didn't have to go to CVS or to Walgreens every week to color it. It was once in my life. But anyway, those memories
that's where you took the Sharpie to sign autographs,
let me tell you something. Those memories are still very vivid, and I don't care how old I will become, I will always be that little boy in my heart. Always.
Yep. That is so true. I see that spirit in you all the time for sure. Absolutely. And
You
I'm so
probably can't
grateful.
see it, but I probably need to take that same trip and go cover some of this gray hair that I got.
It's okay,
Hey,
man.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a whole lot easier than sitting in your mirror and plucking gray hairs out your mustache and out your beard.
All right, so Damon, I'm gonna try to bring this a little bit back on track.
Okay,
All right,
Damon,
so,
I got a question.
okay,
Because that
go
must
ahead.
hurt. That must hurt. But I go every morning with a sprayed edge Gillette, like I used to watch my father do with this razor thin mustache, and I go every morning just to try, whatever. And let me tell you something. And when I add that color to it after shaving, that shit burns, man.
Oh heck yeah! Look, but the key is to if you shave with a razor to always do it in the shower or right after you come out of the shower because your skin is nice and soft and it comes off a lot easier.
I can't see in the shower, man. I got to put like 15 times magnifying glass. Hey, it's not in the shower. No, I got that.
Hilarious. All right, so Damon, let me ask you a question.
What you got?
What do you think is what are the things that you really, so you obviously produce a cigar week. I've learned that cigar weeks are definitely a thing around the United States in different areas. And since we have Carlito here, speaking with the manufacturer, what is it something that you really find that you would want to really include manufacturers being more a part of your cigar week news things?
Well, see, here's the thing. Because because I am who I am, meaning that I love cigars and I love the cigar industry. Everything that I do during Charlotte Cigar Week is around this. This is the focal point of the week, and everything just takes place around it, right? It's not about me. It's about us and this, right? So everything that I do is connected to a cigar lounge. It's connected to a brand. Period, point blank. Because I feel like I can't do my part here in Charlotte and in North Carolina to try to push our local cigar industry forward unless I am supporting cigar brands and cigar lounges.
Yeah, absolutely. So you don't have any kind of conflict, or I felt like there was going to be something more to this.
What do you mean? Okay, so I'm not the conflict as in what?
I'm just asking, was there something that you find difficult whenever you're trying to get these cigar weeks, and when you choose actually which manufacturer that you push, or how do you find out which, where the cigar, like what's really going to attract the people to coming to the event for an entire week?
Well, see, here's the thing: is I curate a series of different events that speak to different people's interests.
I like that.
So every time I do Charlotte Cigar Week, I'm big on cigar education. So I'm always going to have something about cigar education during my week. Like this the first year I did it, I did a cigar and whiskey pairing event with AJ Fernandez and Woodford Reserve. This past year, I had an event where I had Martinez Cigars come down from New York, and we did live cigar rolling. Excuse me. We didn't do live cigar rolling. We did live cigar rolling and also showed people how to make their own cigar. Filler, binder, a whole nine.
You gave away all their secrets? What are you doing?
And people absolutely loved it. This year, I'm going to be doing something with Aganorsa, where we're going to incorporate the Aganorsa experience into the cigar education. So, and Terrence Riley's.
Terrence Riley, we like him. We love him.
But then I have all around that, I have different events that speak to different people's interests.
All right, so Carlito, since you're here in the same situation, I want to hear from a manufacturer. What is it that when you see a cigar week, you see these people put up all of this, how does that affect you? I know that you're totally grateful, and anybody would be, but tell us what really comes to your mind whenever you are experiencing that.
No, absolutely. And I just realized that things happen for a reason. And listen to Damon speak, I understand that he's about his audience. and he's about what he's
Yeah.
passionate about, the cigar. And his world is around the cigar and finding the cigar, the right cigar that could reach his audience, but through education, which I think that is the secret to building the community and building his clients' confidence in himself. I think that he's absolutely on track, and that's really what is needed more of these days. Is for people to bring people and give people to I don't want to say entice them, but give them a reason to want to come. That and people want to come because they want to not they really want to meet other people, but they want to also learn. And I think he's absolutely on track of what is really building this community. And with brands like that he's mentioned and everything, you're talking about the great of the greats. There's only positive things that could come from that. And I think that there's no other way really to build a business or build your community, because you don't build the business without first building the community. And
Yeah.
the
Man,
community, you cannot see it as
that's
you got to see it as your extended family. And I have the feeling that's exactly how Damon sees it. Is what he needs, or what can he do to bring interest for people to come and to offer them something exciting, something different, something new, and in his area, in his region, and so forth. And I think that's really is those are the things that could really bring that sparkle and excitement to the industry.
Well,
I agree with you. I agree with
I
you.
appreciate that. Yeah, to have someone of your stature say that about what I'm doing about me is like that really means a lot, because you kind of hit the nail on the head, because that's exactly how I am. And Melanie, to your point about your question, right? Like, I'll give you guys an example. This past year, I did an event that I'm not going to do again probably for another couple of years, because I don't want to do some of the same things every year, because I don't want it to get stale.
Is this where I got the name wrong? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I'll mix up some things.
Hey, Damon, keep talking, because for a moment I thought I was in a hot spot.
Okay.
I wasn't prepared for that. But
So, like,
no, you're absolutely right. Listen, you're absolutely right. And being spontaneous and being different and coming out with great ideas, whatever. But I really see it like I was a musician for many years, and you get a feel for your audience, what they want to dance to, what they want to hear, what makes their age, their group and everything. And you give people what you think they want. And I think that you're very fine tuned with, with your peers, your audience, and everything, from what I hear. And this is a great opportunity for me to get to know you and hear from you and so forth. And I thank Melanie, even though for the last week she's been raving about you and everything. But I'm happy I was able to join in and get to, start getting to know.
Oh, you're still in the hot seat. You just hold on 1 minute.
Oh, wait a minute. My butt is starting to burn now.
I'm gonna get Jose in here in a minute if you don't.
So, Mel, I want to address one of your questions that you said, because you had asked about, something to the effect of, how do I determine what brands I want to work with? It's actually, it's a little bit of teamwork. During my week, I have certain brands who I may want to work with.
Yeah.
But then in other events, I will let the lounge choose from the brands that they carry which one.
Now that's a really good point.
Well, so it's a bit of teamwork. Yep. So to that point, the Vintage, the place that you really like a lot.
Yes.
This past year I did an event. It was a VIP only event I did at the Vintage, and the name of the event was called Amamu Fumare e Mangiare, which basically is Italian for "we love to smoke and eat."
Wow, I like it.
Italian infused night. We were with Amendola Family Cigars, my guy Jeff Amendola, who's Italian.
I like Amendola.
It was nice Italian food. It was the drinks, the vibe. It was a great vibe. I think he sold out of every cigar that he had that night.
That's wild. That's awesome.
What Cigar Week is about.
So okay, this is the real hot seat question. Is that what I find myself? I don't know who is. Maybe there's a little bit of a back talk or whatever. But what I find a little bit difficult sometimes is, deciding if maybe some lounges are not able to have an account with Fuente, or they're not able to have an account. Maybe they don't have carry some cigars, but they might know me and they might want me to have. So, come in there and do an event. So for you doing a cigar week, how you can't quite actually go towards brands. It's almost like you still have to work around that opportunity of they might not carry the brands that you're actually wanting to represent, but they have other brands that you can still
So
work with.
that's a good question, and I can answer this like this. Like, I'll give an example. Taylor Smoke.
Okay.
This
Taylor Smoke.
year
I've been there, yeah.
So Taylor Smoke, when I did an event with them, I had my event, my ladies' night event is called Rebel, right? So the cigar brand that I had there was ATL Cigar Company. Well,
Yeah, I love ATL cigar.
he didn't sell them. I launched ATL Cigar Company in Charlotte during Charlotte Cigar Week at Taylor Smoke.
Wow.
Because I wanted them to be the brand, because what I do is this. If some cigar brands decides that they want to be a sponsor for Charlotte Cigar Week by donating some cigars to my VIP box, what I try to do is get them an event during that week to help them sell cigars to offset the cost of their sponsorship. If I can't get an event that week, then I'll roll them over to the next year, and then I don't ask them for anything.
Okay.
So I try to make things a very equitable situation for all my cigar manufacturers.
That's awesome. All right, now Carlito, you're back in the hot seat. How is it that you deal whenever you might go to a cigar lounge that may not carry your brand?
Well, totally.
What do you tell them?
Listen, I'm listening to Damon, and you know what? My heart bleeds. Yeah, of course it does. I want to be able to have our products available to anyone who would appreciate them, and to any lounge and to any tobacconist that would take care of them as if they would take care of their children, because my cigars are like my children to me. It breaks my heart. But there's so many great cigars out there, and I understand that I have to do what we've been doing for such a long time, is just try to make the best products humanly possible, and things with time will take their natural course in place. And I understand there's so many great brands out there. Fuente is not necessary, or our brand is not necessary for an event to be successful. But I appreciate when things are done with integrity, with respect, and with love. And there is so much I do not get out like I used to when I was a lot younger. I spend most of my time inside the factory, and if I go to an event, it's gonna be a big fundraiser for some charity. I've come to the point of life that I recognize that what really brings pleasure to me when I go to an event, and whether it's for St. Jude Children's Hospital, whether it's for Cigar Family Charitable Foundation, I just cannot be everywhere all the time, and I don't see everything. And there's a lot of very respectful and very prominent places where I would love my cigars, and if I would know them personally, I would turn the switch and make it happen. And there's probably a lot of places that I used to visit 25, 30 years ago that the owner is no longer there. Maybe he's retired, maybe he has somebody just working part time, maybe nobody cleans the shop anymore, maybe it's just, you know, ashtrays full of old cigar butts and a lot of ashes. And I would be embarrassed for my cigars to be there, and they're there. But I depend on the eyes and ears of our team that's on the street, and always adjusting to what's the best for the brand. For those that are going to take care of my children, which are my cigars, the same way that if they would lend me their children to come stay in my house, I know that I will have to take care of them more than my own children. And that's just the way I am. That's what I've been all my life. And it breaks my heart, to be honest with you. It pains
Well, I do have to say one thing. I have never seen a man work so hard. So when you say that you can't be everywhere at once, you are still everywhere at once because guess what?
So wait a minute, Mel. So are we going to start changing his name? Are we going to give him the moniker of the hardest working man in the cigar industry?
I
No, no,
mean,
no, no,
okay, no,
no.
that might be
Fuente.
Rocky
Not
Patel.
anymore.
I don't know. That might be a setup between him and Rocky Patel. I'm not
No,
gonna
no,
lie.
no. Let me tell you something. I got a few years on Rocky, and Rocky's nonstop. And by the way, I finally
I'm
heard
gonna
from
get in so
Rocky.
much trouble
Rocky,
after this.
everybody was trying to house Rocky. How's he doing? His family. We heard he's okay. He doesn't have cellular contact or anything. It's pretty tough in Naples, but Rocky is well.
Yeah,
I
really
can't
is.
imagine what they're going through, with no electricity and everything.
It,
But he's safe and everything. But no, Rocky's the hardest working man, and so is Plasencia Senior.
yes,
And
Nestor.
so was my father. And you know what?
Yep.
Maybe I'm the hardest thinking man, whatever, because I don't stop thinking. I don't stop. I don't sleep. I'm always worried. I'm the worrier. I'm always want everything to be, as smoothly as possible for everybody. I worry about everybody, and maybe I'm the one that's I can't say the less happiest of all, but I'm the one that suffers the most because I really worry about all these situations, and I want everything to be perfect, and it's just out of my hands to be able to achieve that perfection.
Would you mind if I
Yeah.
piggyback off? Hey, Mel, would you mind if I piggyback off something real quick?
Go ahead. No,
Please
So,
please.
do, please do, Damon.
so good brother. I want to piggyback off something that you said about, about having the Fuente brand in as many shops as as possible, right? As not only as a cigar lover, but as a former boutique rep, being in a lot of different shops and also having worked in the shop, one thing that I see, it's about representation, right? It's about brand representation inside the humidor, right? So I don't think that there's not too many shops across this nation who would not love to have Fuente, Padron, Plasencia, Davidoff, uh, uh, AJ Fernandez, maybe Aganorsa. Who else? Uh,
You're naming off all the best ones. Why do we
well,
need?
I'm naming
Hey,
off.
Rocky, but
Hey,
Rocky
you're
I'm
Rocky
naming off the
Patel. Did you
Well, I'm
say
naming
Rocky?
off the companies that have a vertically integrated process. They grow their own tobacco, they make their own cigars, and
Farmers.
they make their own boxes and stuff, right? And
Absolutely.
and they're deeply rooted in the cigar industry, and they have deep market penetration, right? But
Hmm.
uh, a few of those brands, they want brand representation, which I totally understand. You can't nobody can come to Fuente and say, hey, I want to have Fuente in my lounge. I only want 3 boxes. That's not going to happen. You're not going to have 3 boxes of Fuente sitting on your shelf. That's not
Yeah.
good brand representation. Only
But
a
that's kind of
small
how it works a
boutique.
little bit. It's just getting it in
Well,
there.
see, only a small, obscure boutique company, some upstart, can get away with that because that's probably all they have in the first place, 3 faces. So that's
Yeah.
100% for them. When you look at Fuente and everybody else I just named, there's a shit ton of cigars, but you need more brand representation on your shelf to make that brand good. And a lot of shops don't have the capital to make that investment.
Okay, so what do you think would be the more of the solution, Damon?
Well,
What do you think?
well, I am not in the cigar industry, so I don't have an answer for that. I'll leave that answer to
You're totally here right now. Hey, Jeffrey Amendola just joined. I'm not kidding right now.
But see, the only thing that I would say is this: you have certain brand. Well, put it like this: any kind of brand doesn't want to be oversaturated in a market, right? If you've got 10 shops in a 30 square or 20-mile radius, you don't want your brand at every single shop because then it doesn't make it look special. You want it at certain shops that people have to drive to go get it. Now it's a treat. They're like, you know what? I can't get Fuente at this shop, but I can go over there and they've got the Opus X's, they've got everything. over there.
Oh.
I want to
So
go to that
this,
shop because they
so
have a
this
much bigger
brings up,
brand
this
representation.
almost brings up the argument about craft versus boutique. You know, and what those definitions actually mean to the cigar industry, because you've got boutique. Boutique is something that applies to a certain shop, whereas craft is more like whatever they're making is a certain craft. Am I wrong? Please tell me if I'm wrong.
Melanie, you're not wrong, but let me just, I don't want to interrupt, but
No, please
you
do.
know,
We were waiting for you to answer.
we are victims. We're victims of our ancestry, you would say, or being part of Jurassic Park. We are victims of our own success. We're victims of our own hard work. We've been around for 110 years, 112 years. There are places that 30 years ago, 40 years ago, gave us support when there was no one else in that city. And maybe there's two places. They've been with us for a long time. I believe in my family before me, you know, respect the woman that brought you to the dance.
Yes.
And things have changed. The brand has grown. The demand has grown. Of course, I would love our brand to be anywhere that it would be treated with respect and dignity, but not at the sacrifice of someone that has been loyal to us and supporting us for so many years, who depend on us, especially brick and
Yes.
mortar smoke shops that have been around, that depend on the Fuente family. And as Damon says, Padron family, who has similar philosophies. That's why people compare us so much. We protect the brick and mortar. We are family businesses. We started in a little wooden house with a tin roof. And we want every boutique company, as you mentioned, to have an opportunity to grow as we have over 100 something years through blood, sweat, and tears. But it's a different situation. They have everything in front of them and they can move their chess pieces any way they want to move. We've already been playing that war or that game for 100 years. We're already there. Now we have to protect those who have protected us and see what is the wise move to move. It is not an easy situation to be in. People would do anything probably to be in our situation, but it's not a perfect world for anyone. And I wish, I just came back from Dortmund and in Germany and the rest of the world. Oh, all you people, all this, you flint this, you give everything to the United States, and you know what I took? That's why I went. We had a
That's
sign.
terrible.
We had a sign in our booth, a very fancy booth. We are not opening new accounts. We're here to
Right.
hug you and to show your appreciation and our
Same
love.
thing that you
We are
did in
not
the
opening
United
accounts
States.
to countries all over the world. Oh, you give
Yes.
everything to the United States. You know what? I was
No.
there. I was there so I could personally face every one of those powerful, very powerful players in the world, from Hong Kong to Dubai to Germany to the most powerful players. And I'd say that's why I'm here, because I want to face you so that somebody represents us like Jose or Jeremiah doesn't have to take the abuse of why. And they tell me, no, United States. I said, you know what? Everybody in the United States blames me because they think I'm selling everything to you. You ain't selling shit to us. Well, you know what? There's only and it's, but you
He
have
said
to.
chit. He
But
said chit.
but if you know your business and you're involved day to day and you know your principles, you stand up to it. And you know what? Everybody was calm. They respect. Do the best you can, Carlito. The same thing. I was there just to show my face, to protect all my representatives. They're going to be bombarded. Why can't people get more cigars? Because Cuba went up 300%, whatever. And there are no Cuban cigars throughout Europe. And everybody wants cigar. And I just say there's no cigars to be sold. I have to take care first of the people who took care of us for so many decades. I can't forget that. And I try to be fair, and I cannot do any more because even though I don't sleep at night, I have to try to do the right things so I can at least try to sleep.
But see,
Well,
to
and
your point, to your point, you are in you are in a position where a lot of boutique companies would love to be in. They would love to have your problem
They'll
Oh
get
of
there.
yes,
having a
They'll get
high.
the
there in
most
100
sought
years.
after brand in the
Well,
world,
yeah, but
might I say?
right. Because see, the thing is, I'm like, a brand like Fuente that has deep market penetration, has roots across the United States, right?
Yep,
They're in high demand.
yep,
Everybody wants them, but
yep.
everybody can't get them. And that's another thing that makes certain things special because you want something that you can't get. Now,
Exactly,
a
and I
consumer can
love
get
that.
Fuente cigars anywhere. Whether they can't get a local brick and mortar, they can order from a brick and mortar and they have it ship it or wherever, right? But every shop can't get Fuente, and that's what makes it special.
Damon, Damon, that is not intentional, and they can get
No,
it, and they do get it. They get it through a friend. They get it through some. They
let's
get it.
okay. So let's. I'm gonna move this segue to another situation regarding the hurricanes, and actually not just the
Mel,
hurricanes that are.
Mel,
Wait,
Mel, you you
wait, wait,
you
wait.
promised me I was going to meet the most interesting friend of yours, and I want to hear about him and
And
how he
I'm
set
putting
the
you in the
desk up,
hot seat, and
and
I'm working you to
you
death.
put me on the hot seat.
Wait. This is a really good question. So, being the fact that we have these hurricanes at the same time, I know that you have dealt with a lot of, I mean, it's not like you can just produce all this tobacco and for it to be everywhere at every time. I mean, you have to endure a lot of self or not just natural destruction. And so how do you tell us a little bit about that maybe, so that they can understand that it is not just about, the people that are just making tobacco and sending cigars out. There's
No,
a
no,
lot
no,
that
no,
goes
no.
into it.
Listen, it's very complex. But it's not for me alone. It's for all my colleagues and everything. If it's not our farms in the Dominican Republic, it's something in Ecuador or it's some political thing. It's in Esteli, Jalapa. It's in Connecticut. There's problems. I don't know what it is. There is difficulties in every tobacco growing region in the world. There's
Yeah.
always problems. You have problems with supplies. You have with so many things, but it's part. I mean, to me, I don't look at that as it's an adversary that I'm facing. I look at that as just day by day routine things that I'm used to. If I was a boxer, I know that I have to defend myself because there'll be punches coming my way. So in the world of cigars, I'm a fighter. I'm a boxer. I know they're going to face these things, but we've been facing them all our lives, and it's common. It's not, and it's common for my colleagues, all of them, regardless where they're at. I mean, people in Nicaragua have their problems. People in Dominican Republic have theirs. In Connecticut, in Cameroon, you know, it. There's no easy solution. That's what makes this industry, which is almost like it's almost like that love hate that we
Yeah.
are abused by tobacco, cigar makers, and we're abused by nature. But
Yeah.
it's almost like this challenge that it's this lady that I just fell in love with her, and I got to find a way that I got to and there's no way, and she always wins. That's our world, and that's not me alone. That's all of us.
Well,
And it's just
especially
something.
that
It's
health
just
storm,
something that's our life.
the
We
health
have to.
storm that
We
happened
just
this
we
earlier this
face
year. That
we
was
face
crazy.
one challenge at a time, and we
Yeah.
just keep moving forward. We cannot stop,
And
and
take that high road.
no, we get through somehow. We've always gotten through, but it's never been easy. It's never going to be easy. I can't expect it to be easy, but it's. But you know what? It's so exciting. It is, and it's a constant challenge year in and year out. There's always something you have to face. Look at the FDA. The industry
Right?
thought the industry thought that any brand from 2007 forward would have been eliminated. The industry thought that it was impossible that 130 or box would not be covered. if you could imagine 1/3 of your box inside and in and out is covered, there are no more premium cigars. They would not exist. It would be nothing but who's going to give a gift of a $200, $300 box of cigars that's going to tell you it's going to kill you? You're going to give a gift in a wedding or something. It went over. The press, what you're doing now, would not have been possible because they were coming after the press. It would have been full of warnings, and every other word you had to say, there had to be a flash of a warning. Who's going to watch that? How could you grow? And everybody thought so many people in the industry thought that it was impossible to fight the government. But there was a handful of cigar makers who were so passionate because their lives depended on it, their heritage, they
Mm-hmm.
fought and so forth. And we were able to win the battle. I'm not going to say the war. We got a long fight to go into. It's going to keep coming back. But it's always
Yep.
a challenge. And I think that was the biggest challenge of all, which I never in my life expected I was going to face something as devastating as the U.S. government going to destroy our business and our livelihood and our culture and our heritage. Because not only your livelihood and your business, it's going to destroy everything that I was, my family, my culture, everything that goes back. Imagine, regardless, you, Melanie, you, Damon, think about your culture, where you come from, who you are, generations before. That be erased, that be eliminated. For you, that's, I would imagine, is pretty powerful. That's the way I felt, and that's
Oh
what many
yeah.
people in the
I mean,
industry
just
felt.
just
It
having
wasn't about the cigar. It was
just
about
watching Fort Myers being plummeted and just demolished right now is breaking my heart. Absolutely.
oh my
And I
God,
can't imagine how it would feel for even a hailstorm to come through your crops as well. So
absolutely,
absolutely.
no question, absolutely. But you know, you face one thing at a time, and I hope we don't. I hope that whatever we have to face in the future, there'll be many things will be a little softer on the punch, you know.
Well,
But
I definitely I gotta I have to
I
say
just want
this.
to add, Melanie, one
Go
thing.
ahead.
If I were alone, I would have been destroyed. But I have so many
That's
people
what I
fighting by
was
my
just gonna
side,
say.
like
Yes.
like like both of you, like Rocky, like Jorge
Yes.
Padron, like Pete Johnson, you know, they're just and Robbie from Ashton, and on and on and you know, it just goes on and on and on with so many wonderful people that are fighting with us, family businesses that
Yep.
I'm not alone. You know, we have Corey with Oliva Cigars.
Yes. Love Corey.
Corey, they, you know, we're really a tight family, and we become these this adversary that we've had have brought us together stronger than ever. And through all the darkness, there's always light, and we probably heard that in the news lately. But all this darkness that we fought together has brought us together as one family. Which today
Hmm.
we've never been as close, as united as we are today.
Well,
Absolutely.
to that,
And just to add, just to add to that, I know Aventura has had a very
Yes,
devastating
that's heartbreaking.
situation as well. But I want to say that it is amazing the way that our community and the industry works is that we're never going to let just one person fall. We're always going to be around for
You
that.
know, the
And I
first thing,
truly,
the next day
truly
there was
know that.
the very next day there were conversations. Everybody reached out through Pro Cigar, the
Awesome.
Dominican Republic, all the manufacturers, and they offered all the assistance, all the help, and everything, whatever is necessary to help them to get through these very difficult times. Because I've been there, I've gone through it in
Yep.
factories, and I've gone through it in farms. I've gone through hurricanes. I've gone through flooding. You know, when you've been around as long as we have, and you're in this business, you know, it's very heartbreaking. But they'll get through it, and you know, and they'll come out better and stronger than ever. I have no doubt. You
Yes.
know, there's no question, no
Yep. I
question.
completely agree.
as a North Carolina ambassador for Cigar Rights of America, one of
Yeah.
the things that I like to do is to try to get the word out to people like myself and Melanie, people who not only smoke cigars, but they appreciate the industry, but maybe they're not as well educated about the things that go on behind the scenes, right? So those are one of the things that I try to do, is to try to not necessarily educate people on that, but push them toward resources that they can use to educate themselves, so they'll understand what goes on behind the scenes. Like when they see in a particular state and they see their cigar prices go up, they'll know why, there was a the state tobacco increase, or they'll appreciate if it goes down. Like in North Carolina, we just went down, and with great help to our Senator Todd, he was the main proponent for helping us get our tobacco tax down. So now they kind of regulates some of the prices that we have on premium cigars. People who smoke cigars need to understand that.
Yeah.
And they,
All right, so Damon, do you know Mr. Chevalier right over here in the
You
top
already
corner?
know I know my guy.
What's going on, David? Hey,
You know
Carlito, how y'all doing?
hey, good-looking guy in the top left hand of my screen. Well, what you doing, bro?
Man, I am spending some much needed time with family, but I had to pop on here and say hello to you guys tonight.
Thank you. We appreciate it very much. Mel was panicking. She was panicking. She
I
wrote me
was.
earlier. Look, hey, she
Don't
doesn't want to
tell
admit
him
it.
that,
See,
Carlito. Oh my God.
see, bro, you know what? It's not the same without you, man. Thanks for joining.
It's not.
Man, I told her, I said, I haven't spent a lot of time with my wife over the last few weeks. And so I told her tonight I'm gonna sit on the patio with her. We're gonna smoke a couple cigars, we're gonna
Beautiful.
drink a little whiskey and have some conversation.
And then I snuck that little code in, and he's like, I gotta pop on for one moment because Carlito and Damon, this conversation is great. So
I
I've been
just
listening.
want to say, every time that, in the morning when I wake up and I turn on my phone and see if I got any messages, I look at UL's thought of the day.
Yes.
Always,
Thank you.
every day. Very positive, very powerful. It's a blessing for me that Melanie, brought you into our lives.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Damon is my man too. He's a big motivator for me. He's a big influence on me since I got into Cigar Society.
Well, that's kind of
Damon.
what we were just talking about, is the fact that some devastating things could happen to our brothers and sisters of the leaf or in the industry, and you find really amazing people who will really reach out and save, help you with your fall, cushion it a little bit, or just
Definitely.
find somebody is willing to do it, and that's you don't find that in any other industry. So this is an amazing industry.
You're absolutely right.
Well, I tell you guys, I just posted something a few minutes ago for Conversations with Chevalier on Monday at 7 p.m. Central. I got a special guest. Guest. I ain't gonna be able to sleep Sunday night because I'm gonna be so excited.
Tranquilo. Hope not to let you down, bro. I'm gonna do my best, whatever it is.
Man, I already know. I already know. I can't wait, man. I just wanted to pop on here and say hello. I saw my brother Damon on there. That is my guy, Damon. Got much love for you, man. And I just wanted to say hello.
I got to meet him in person. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, you told me today. I told you he's a special dude. If you want to know anything about the cigar world, Damon is the guy to talk to.
Hey,
I know. He's got me on.
Let me say something. You're not the only one she told. She wrote me 50 times. You gotta meet this incredible human being. What a nice man, and this and that, and what a friend. And thank you, Mel. Thank you very much. I got an early flight tomorrow morning, but I am so happy. I'm so happy that you asked me to join and get to spend a little time with Damon and get to, share special moments like this with him. Get to know him a little bit.
I know. Isn't social media
amazing? And I look forward to many hugs, to cigars, and conversations.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
you're gonna have to come to Texas.
Real quick, man.
Okay.
So I am not what you would call a fanboy, right? But there are certain people in the cigar industry that I have a lot of admiration for and a lot of respect for, right? Brother Fuente, you are one of those people. It was how can I put it? It was my crowning glory to meet you at
Aw.
at the
Wow.
Cigar Heritage Festival when we were over at Davidoff, and got a chance to meet you, shake your hand. You gave me a big hug, and we had a good little conversation. Took a picture with you, me, and Joey took a picture together. I was like, that made my night. Like I
Thank
could have
you.
just went home the rest of that night. Like I was good.
I gotta add on to that because what I see when I see Carlito working is when I see him work in a room, that is patience. He takes the time for every single person that walks up to him, that stands in line, that waits that amount of time because I don't like to wait in line, but
I know how
everybody
that
is
is.
waiting in line. Yeah, right. So they and Carlito will stay to the very, very end. And I want to put a lot of curse words into that because I want to express it so deeply, but no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying it's a very much of a passion and I get to watch him do it and I'm just
Mel,
I get to what? I get inspired by you,
but
okay?
Mel,
I love it.
it comes from the heart. As if you've been, as I have been blessed, as I have step by step seeing my dreams come true, in taking my grandfather's name, my father's name, and to places that were my mission and my wishes and my dreams. And as my life progresses and I become older and I realize that my time is less and less, I want to
Don't
take
say
advantage.
that.
No, it's how I feel. I don't want one hug to be left behind if I could just
No.
tell people thank you, because I've always said, and I keep saying because I don't know any other words. I'm not that intelligent to be able to. It's not about cigars, it's about the people. And I am
You cannot
profoundly
say you're not
grateful. I'm
intelligent.
profoundly grateful for the support and the love and everything, whether they like their cigars or don't like their cigars. It's not about the cigars. It's the love that I have received, and I really feel it every time. Because, of course, when I see someone waiting in a line to say hello and thank you, they've been in line for 20 minutes. The least I could do, even though my legs are burning in pain and my
Yeah.
back is killing me, and I'm dying for the last person to come by so I can give them a hug, so I can have my sushi or have my drink and everything, and kind of just like collapse. I just don't have the heart to leave anybody standing behind. I don't have it. It's not in me. And I just pray to God to give me the
Very
strength to
admirable.
continue to do what I've been doing all my life.
I'm so grateful that you're that person
Definitely.
because
Definitely.
I wouldn't be able to do what I do if I didn't have somebody leading me like you are such the person that has that I need to be led by, I guess is that the word. Is that right? I
So,
guess.
but you
Yes.
know what?
What do you say?
Let me tell you,
Sounds good.
young lady, you should not feel too bad, because it's only because
I
of
don't feel
you that I'm up at this time of night, and I'm on, and because of you, because you tell me
No,
I want.
you
Hey,
told me
so
to
you know
do
what?
this.
You
No,
must have
you're
you
the
must have some magic and charming power, because, of course, I
Something.
was. Hey, there. You see what I mean?
Look, she got something because I remember the last time you and I talked, you were in Germany and it was 4 a.m. and you had the covers
Oh
pulled up
my
over your
God.
nose. You remember that? We had that
Listen,
conversation, Carlito.
No,
I
that's
said, man,
because
what
we
the
had the
hell?
beautiful. No. That was definitely because we had the beautiful and amazing Angela Yuan. And let me tell
Yes,
you,
we
she
did.
is.
Yes, we
Yes,
did.
that's definitely an attraction right there. She is
Yeah.
an amazing woman. So
well,
yeah.
folks, Damon, listen. I'm gonna call it a night. I have to have an early flight tomorrow. I leave tomorrow and I'm back on Sunday.
All right, be
My
safe,
Oh
man. Safe travles,
well,
my
bro.
dear friend and
Let me
brother
I
tell you something.
Arturo
I am gonna.
Sandoval
I'm
is
definitely
has
gonna.
his the movie of his life, the musical score, which he won an Emmy, performance in Miami. I'm flying from the Dominican Republic to Miami tomorrow. I hope Sister can make it. Give him
My
support and
my
then just
necklace is
come
gonna
right
be
All
in
back.
right.
Miami tomorrow.
Well, wait a minute
But
before you go.
Dave, it's a pleasure, my brother.
I
I
want to
see
tell
you
you
next
something.
time. Next
Wait,
talk will be
wait,
a
wait.
lot firmer.
Before you
Yeah,
go,
go on.
wait. Before you go, I want to tell you something. So I don't. It was probably like a few years ago. I went on YouTube and I've watched this 3 different times. I watched the Fuente family story on YouTube. It's
Wow.
about how your grandfather started in the cigar industry, using Cuban tobacco to make those pigtail cigars,
Yeah, yes.
and just your whole family history. For somebody like me who's an aspiring cigar maker, that was very inspirational to me. Because like I'm not a cigar nerd, but I'm a culture and tobacco nerd. So that was
Yes,
very
you are.
Well, I
Well,
appreciate very much. I just want to just, as well as everyone else here, the doors are open. My home is open to you. If you ever come to the Dominican Republic, you know how to reach me. I would love to show you Fuente hospitality. Come and and you make a cigar for me, okay? Well,
I oh my gosh, I think that's a great idea. We're gonna have to talk about that. That's a great idea.
Oh yeah.
Let's make it happen.
But you know what? Since Carlito is going to get off here, I'm going to go ahead and end the show. It's been an hour. I love all you guys. I want to thank you all very, 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 very much for coming on here and being with me, because I just enjoy talking with all of you guys. I hope everyone else will enjoy this, even if they didn't get to see it live. They might see it tomorrow or the next day. So please share, 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 and I appreciate you guys' time, even you, well. I love it. I'm so glad that you got to come on. Give the wifey our love, because we're grateful that
Here she is. She's sitting on the patio over here. She's chilling, looking at her phone right now.
Yeah, thank you for giving us our time.
Our prayers to everyone in the Carolinas, of course,
absolutely,
Charleston, and South Carolina, North Carolina,
Well, in Florida, the people that are having to deal with power outages.
Yes, it's devastating. It's scary. It really is terrifying.
So everybody stay safe out there, and definitely, we love you guys. Thank you so much.
All right, much love, guys.
Love to
all right, Carlitos.
Damien, nice to chat, man. Goodbye, everyone. Take care.
All right now.
Mel, take care. Sweet dreams. Bye-bye.
Thanks, darling. Bye.
Bye-bye.